Hello students. Today our topic is radioactive decay law. First of all, we will see the laws of radioactive disintegration. First law, radioactivity is a spontaneous phenomena and one cannot predict when a particular atom in a given radioactive sample will undergo disintegration. So, according to this law, if we are having a radioactive sample, we cannot guess that which atom will undergo disintegration to get stability. Second law, when a radioactive atom disintegrates, either an alpha particle or beta particle is emitted. Both cannot be emitted simultaneously. Also, this law says that an atom can never emit more than one alpha particle or beta particle at a time. Third law says the emission of alpha particle from an atom will change it into new atom whose charge number is reduced by 2 and mass number is reduced by 4. So if alpha particle is emitted from an atom, then we will get a new atom whose charge number will be reduced by 2 and mass number will be reduced by 4. The fourth law says the emission of beta particle from an atom will change it into new atom whose charge number is raised by 1 without any change in its mass number. So if beta particle is emitted from an atom, then we will get a new atom whose charge number will be increased by 1 but its mass number will remain same. The number of atoms disintegrated per second at any instant is directly proportional to number of radioactive atoms actually present in the sample at that time. According to this law, the number of atoms which will disintegrate per second, they depend upon the number of radioactive atoms which are actually present in the sample at that instant of time. So this law is called radioactive decay law. Let n naught be the total number of atoms present initially when time is equal to 0. Let capital N is the total number of atoms left undecayed at time t, and dn is the small number of atoms that disintegrate in the small interval of time dt. So, according to radioactive decay law, minus dn by dt is directly proportional to n. This we have studied above, that radioactive decay law says that number of atoms disintegrated per second, it is directly proportional to radioactive atoms actually present in the sample. So here you can see the rate of disintegration of atoms. We are using the expression R equal to minus dn by dt. So minus here is showing that the number of atoms, they are decaying. The number of atoms disintegrated per second at any instant is directly proportional to number of radioactive atoms actually present in the sample at that instant. So the number of atoms which will disintegrate per second, they actually depend upon the number of atoms which are actually present in the sample at that instant of time. So this law is called radioactive decay law. Let n naught be the total number of atoms present initially at time t equal to 0. So let capital N is a number of atoms left undecayed in the sample at time t. Let Dn be the small number of atoms that disintegrate in the small interval of time dt. Therefore, rate of disintegration of atoms is given by R equal to minus dN by dt. So here minus sign indicates that the number of atoms left undecayed. The number of atoms left undecayed decreases with time. According to radioactive decay law, this minus dN by dt is directly proportional to N. So by combining these two equations, we can write R equal to minus dN by dt equal to lambda n, or this can be written as minus dN by dt equal to lambda n. Then rearranging this equation and integrating on both sides, we get integration dN by n equal to minus lambda, because lambda is actually the constant of proportionality and we call it disintegration constant. So it is a constant and can be taken outside. So minus lambda and integral over dt. So left side of this integration, it will be log to the base e n equal to minus lambda t plus c, where c is the constant of integration. At time t equal to 0, n is equal to n naught. If you remember, we are taking n naught be the total number of atoms which are actually present in the sample at time t equal to 0, and capital N we are taking number of atoms left undecayed in the sample at time t. So initially when t equal to 0, n will be equal to n naught. So putting this value in the equation 2, we get log n naught equal to minus lambda into 0 plus c. So here we get capital C, which is a constant of integration. Its value is now log of n naught, and its equation number we are giving 3. So we have marked this equation as 3. So put this equation 3 in equation 2. This is equation 2. Now we are putting the value of constant of integration here, and finally we get log n equal to minus lambda t plus log n naught. Now rearranging this equation, we get log n minus log n naught equal to minus lambda t. So using the identity here, we get log to the base e of n by n naught equal to minus lambda t. So we get log of n by n naught equal to minus lambda t. So in the next step, n by n naught equal to e raised to the power minus lambda t, or n equal to n naught e raised to the power minus lambda t. So this equation shows that radioactive decay is exponential in nature. Here you can see the graph between the number of undecayed atom at time t with time t. So initially when time is 0, you can see the number of atoms is n naught. So as the time increases, number of undecayed nuclei, it goes on decreasing. When the time interval is t, you can see the number of atoms undecayed is n naught by 2, and when the time becomes 2t it will be n naught by 4, and as the time increases the number of atoms or the number of undecayed nuclei it goes on decreasing. Next is disintegration constant, n equal to n naught e raised to the power minus lambda t. This expression we have now proved. So if we put t equal to 1 by lambda in the above equation, we get n equal to n naught e raised to the power minus lambda by lambda. Lambda in both numerator and denominator will cancel out each other, and finally we get n equal to n naught by e. From this expression we get the definition of disintegration constant, and what it says that the disintegration constant is reciprocal of the time at the end of which, see, we have taken t equal to 1 by lambda, and in this statement, in this first line, we are talking about that t equal to 1 by lambda. So the disintegration constant is the reciprocal of the time at the end of which the number of atoms left undecayed in the radioactive sample reduces to 1 by e times the original number of atoms and not in the sample. So what we have done is that we have put the value t equal to 1 by lambda in the above equation, and from that we get n equal to n naught by e. So t equal to 1 by lambda and n equal to n naught by e, we are using these two equations to define the disintegration constant. So disintegration constant is actually the reciprocal of the time. Which time? It is that time during which the number of atoms left undecayed, the number of for this statement you can see the expression n equal to n naught by e. So the number of atoms left undecayed, they are actually equal to the 1 by e times the original number of atoms present in the sample. So this was all about the disintegration constant, and in this presentation we studied the laws of radioactive disintegration and the radioactive decay law.